Guys, so today we have another video for the 4Runner, and that is in these simple packages right here. Even though this car is pretty new, I mean a 2019, it is still pretty much a dinosaur. So this car has halogen bulbs everywhere. I mean, included, there's some there, the headlights. Surprisingly, the fog lights, I think since the TRD PRO, it has LED fog lights, but that's pretty much the only thing. We're going to replace all of the LEDs in this 4Runner, and I bought a set off of Amazon that is supposed to do pretty much all the bulbs, including like the license plate and everything. And then Farron sent out these for the headlights. I appreciate that. So we're going to also go into these and show the difference on the halogen versus LED bulbs. But let's hop into this and start changing some of these bulbs. First, why not do these ones and then get these swapped out? So this should be pretty simple to replace. We're just going to get a pry tool on the edge of this, which this tool does. I will be leaving links down below for everything that I'm using. Alright, so that actually was a little bit harder than I wanted it to be, but you're going to want to pry on pretty much not the longer side, but the shorter side. That's where you're going to want to pry at. And that'll get you access to here with the switch. And it looks like it's one of the fuse types. So let's open up this kit and actually see what we have in here. Supposedly this has every single bulb that you're going to need for the interior. So I do see a couple fused ones in here. So let's pull out one of these. And I believe they are polarity driven, so you do need to make sure they get put in the correct way. Alright, so that's pretty much changed. So there's like spring-loaded tabs inside of here that you can just press and then the bulb will fall right out. Alright, so I was actually looking at this wrong. So what you actually want to do is take this whole thing out as a whole. There is one clip here that you're going to want to take off, and then the plastic will come off, which is these 4 tabs on the front. Once you pop this whole unit out, it'll actually be much easier. That way you won't actually break anything. Luckily I didn't, but I didn't think that these were going to come out the way they did. So now we can just slap the piece back on and we will be good to go to the next set. But I definitely have to say the white LED looks so much cleaner and better than the halogen bulb that is in there. Let's just hop on to the middle dome light over there. So I'd imagine this middle dome light is going to be pretty similar. Just have to figure out where the clip is that is holding it on. So once you get this off, there's 4 tabs on each corner. The ones on, I guess, diagonal from each other right here, if you're sitting in this seat in the back, those squeeze more, and then once you squeeze those, you kind of push it one direction, and then you can kind of pull it out and then fish it out the other way, and that way you can get access to this. And now it looks like we're gonna have to pop off this case in the back, and then that gives us access to the bulb. Alright, so I got this out. I actually probably did more work than I needed to. I don't think you actually have to pull this out of the ceiling. That actually pops out. So you only need to take off this. It looked like it was one piece when it was out here, but really there is some clips that are kind of on the side that you can just get your pry tool just enough underneath that, and then give it a little pry. And there's 4 tabs that you want to go at. Once that comes out, we'll get the bulb. I'm gonna get some pliers, that'll make this easier. All right, so just got this one replaced, and this thing is super bright. So we'll pop this back on. And there we go. So that one's replaced. Now let's hop up to the front 2 map lights over there. All right, so these, I'm pretty sure we want to get a pry tool behind here and then pop this off. Which worked out perfectly. So I have done these in the past on several other cars. Getting the bulb out of there is a pain. So I recommend getting some like duct tape or something, because those things are really tucked in there and it's glass. So let's go get something to pull on that and then just give it a quick tug. That way it's easy to pull one of these out, and then we'll get the other one out too. All right, so I just wrapped this with duct tape, so we'll give it a quick tug, and it did not come out. All right, so we'll try that again. All right, so that came out. Second try. So definitely recommend this trick because there's really no room up there at all. So let's get another one of these. So you can see already how much brighter that one is versus the other one. So let's pop this piece back on. All right, perfect. So let's hop over to the other side and get that one done as well. Just a pretty small piece of duct tape will do. And just try to like push it up onto the bulb like all the way around. And that one came out first try. So far either I'm getting really lucky with the polarity, or this really doesn't make that big of a difference. But I have not had any issues with trying to reverse the bulb to get the polarity to go. So those look a million times better, so that is for sure. Now the next one that we're gonna hop onto is the ones on the vanity mirror. So obviously once you open up the mirror, there's one on the headliner, so we should be able to pop that out with a pry tool. So you're going to want to pry from the left side. And alright, and there's the bulb. So we might be able to grab that one with our fingers, but duct tape might also be the way to go for this one. Alright. So in the package that I got, there's 2 of them, 2 bulbs that have 1 LED on the top. All the other ones have like 3 or 4. I'm just gonna put the ones with 1 LED in these because these don't need to be obnoxiously bright. So one looks plenty bright. So perfect. Honestly, that looks so much cleaner. I don't know why Toyota in 2019 still did not include LED bulbs in this car. So let's hop onto the passenger side, get that one knocked out as well. So it looks like this plastic piece will come out too, but I definitely would recommend pull the whole thing out just so that way you can get easy access to the bulb. And if you have chubby fingers like me, you'll be able to grab onto it with your hand. Alright, perfect. So that one is done. I think that is pretty much all the LED bulbs in the cabin that we can replace. Now we can hop onto the doors. Every door has one on the bottom. Alright, so it's kind of starting to rain a little bit. Hopefully we don't get rained out right now, but every door has one of these. We should be able to pop this out, and there will be one. I have seen other people take these out and they have like projector lights on them, but today we're just going to swap them with some nice clean white LEDs. So let's pop this off. Alright, so I just unplugged mine. We're going to want to take this plastic piece off here. Which it looks like it actually slides. And again, now you gotta have some really skinny fingers to hopefully, oh, this actually all pops right out. So now you can just pull this out, pop in a new one. I'm just gonna plug this in real quick just to make sure. Yep, so we are good to go. And then everything slips back together, if I can remember how. Like that. And I don't remember how this went. Alright, so after like 30 seconds of realizing how to put this back, boom. We are a nice white light here. So let's hop around, do all 4 doors. Alright, I'm starting to think that these are really not polarity driven, but because I have not had to flip one once. Alright, so now that we got all the interior ones done, the next ones are going to be the tag lights. So let's pull out one of these. It looks like it's going to be a Phillips screwdriver. And there's going to be 2 Phillips screws that we're going to take out. Alright, so I just took off one of them. There's going to be this clear lens with a gasket and a whole bunch of dirt. So we're gonna have to make sure we clean all the dirt off, making the car pretty dirty. But there's our bulb right there. So we should be able to just take that right out and then swap in one of the LEDs. Alright, that truck, kind of a little ridiculous. I'm gonna go turn on my headlights, make sure this works. Beautiful. This thing is a million times brighter than that, so whether or not you want people to see your license plate or not, it just looks a million times better to have a nice white light versus this old halogen light. So let's jump through the other one and get that one pumped out. Look at how much dirt fell out of this. There's so much dirt behind this 4Runner badge. I almost want to take it off because it's like super dirty back there. But for now, we'll just clean it as good as we can. I don't even know how to take that off. So now that we got the license plate ones replaced, we only have 2 more to replace, which are the reverse lights. So the reverse lights also use one of these small little bulbs right here, and then they also supposedly gave one for the glove box, but all the reviews I read on these, it does not fit the glove box. It is a completely different one, so I'm not even going to hop into that because you have to pull out the glove box in order to get that replaced. So we're just gonna do the reverse lights. So we're gonna pop off this panel right here, which will give us access to, I believe, this bulb right there. All right, and when you're prying on this panel, make sure you're doing it on the inner portion, because the other portion has tabs that feed into it. I believe if you look from the top, it's going to be the third connector down. It's going to be this bulb right here. So it looks like a much bigger bulb, but the bottom side still looks the same. So let's get one of these new ones in there. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this out for now, and then we're going to put the car in reverse and see if that lights up. Alright, looks like we hit the right one, so that is the right one. You can see the incandescent one on the left side here, so let's plug this one in real quick. That thing is super bright. I don't know if on camera, if you can tell, that looks way brighter than that one, and it just looks cleaner. So that is super simple to get to the reverse bulb on here. So all we gotta do is just put our trim back, and that's done. All right, so that pretty much wraps up all the easy bulbs, I would like to say, because I mean, headlights aren't that bad either, but we're gonna turn the 4Runner around and get the front ones replaced. But let's go see what the difference looks like with the halogen bulbs, and then we'll go see what the difference looks like when we install the new Farron bulbs and get a good comparison on them. All right, so let's open these up and see what these look like. So it comes with a mysterious black bag. And this has 4 bulbs in it. I'm not sure what the other bulbs are for. These bulbs look pretty good. They got a nice seal on them. They got a fan in the back to help cool. So these definitely should do the job. All right, so it's finally starting to get dark, and now I can show you all the lights on the car so far. So right now, as I said, since this is a TRD Pro, I think the TRD Pro comes stock with LED fog lights, but then the headlights are a halogen bulb, and we're gonna get ready to change those, but I'm waiting for it to get a little bit darker so we can go see a comparison with and without the LEDs in there. So, but I just also wanted to show, how bright these door lights, how bright these things, they literally light up the doorstep really nicely, as well as inside the cabin. The interior lights are a million times brighter than what they were. So let's get ready to change out these headlights so that way we can put in the LED ones right now. All right, so it is pretty much nighttime. I have just my normal halogen headlights on right now, and as you can see, I mean, they're not too bad. I pretty much just parked at a dead-end street right here, so you can kind of see everything. But as to the sides, they are okay. And then I'll just utilize the LED fog lights just so that way you guys can see what the halogens look like with my LED fog lights. So that highlights so much more. So once we switch over to the LED lights, this should definitely make a big difference on this. So, but right now, that's just the halogen headlights. So let's go back, swap over to the LED headlights. So it is a little dark, let's get a little light. So now that we can see, we are gonna want to make our way over. The bulb that we're changing is this one right here. So you're gonna go around and you're gonna want to take this cap off. So you're gonna twist it. All right, so after we get this popped off right here, then we can spin the bulb and take it out. So if your headlights were running, this will be a little hot, but just be cautious. Don't touch this if you do want to reuse these. But now we'll take the new one and we will pretty much reverse what just happened and put this in there. I did have to loosen this set screw and orientate this where I needed to go because it wasn't quite lining up the way I wanted it to. But after a little finagling, and you really have to kind of push on this seal in order for it to actually go in and twist. So now let's make sure this light actually works. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure if you guys can tell the way it's shining into the garage, but this LED light is way brighter than this halogen bulb. So, and it looks really good too. Like I said, white light just looks so clean. So let's go pump out this one real quick. That one definitely went in a lot easier. I don't know why, but that one is also done too, and they are super bright and they look amazing. So let's tighten up everything and then go and take a look at these. But just getting in, all these LEDs that we've put in are really, really nice. So definitely worth the 15 bucks for those, and then like 25-30 bucks for the headlights, and you are golden and you're back into, you're not in the Stone Age. Alright, so we pretty much are at the same spot now with the LEDs, and it definitely, at least to me, I don't know how it shows on camera, but the nice white light definitely brightens everything up much cleaner, and it definitely seems like as I was driving, it was a lot clearer than the halogen bulbs. So now with that, it definitely looks really good with just that. And if I turn on my fog lights, the fog lights light up all the rest of the road underneath me. So I definitely will not have any issues seeing at night anymore. I mean, the halogens did their job, but these definitely clean up and make everything look so much better. So, but with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are interested in any of the products I use, I link them down below. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.